Hi, this is Isabel. So today I got really inspired to do a video because of something that is happening in my life. And I think this is such a great teaching, and I would love to share with you as a way to inspire you as well. Let me start with a personal story, something that happened 7 or 8 years ago. So I remember at the time, it was around the time I got laid off from Yahoo. So as some of you may know, I used to work in the internet industry before doing what I'm doing, and I worked for Yahoo. This is how I came here to California in the US. Hi, Diana, good to see you. So, and I remember at the time talking to a human resource manager, and I was telling him, you know, I want to do the work I love, because I was not happy anymore in my previous career, and I really was drawn to do something different that I'm doing right now. So I really want to do the work I love, and I want to stay in California. I want both. And because, for you to know my background, I was on a working visa when I was working with Yahoo. So leaving Yahoo or being laid off from Yahoo, meaning that I was losing my visa and my ability to stay in the US. So it's why the challenge was at the time. And I remember the human resource manager telling me, you cannot have both, you have to choose. And I remember when they room together, and I remember very vividly this room, and there was this whiteboard. He was making even graphics on the board to profit points, you know? You have, you know, in life, you know, this kind of teaching. And by the way, I know he was really well-intending, so I'm not here to blame or criticize. It's often what people do when they are really meant-intending. They want to help. He really wanted to help, and he was feeling for my, you know, the challenge, the struggle of my situation. So that was his way to help, and I'm really grateful for that. So I remember on the board he was writing down, you know, 1, 2, you know, you have to choose. I remember him writing 1 and 2. Which one goes first? Which one is most important for you? And he was asking me the question, and I couldn't answer the question, because the two were as important as each other. Doing the work I love and staying in California. I couldn't choose between the two. Hey, hi Dina, greetings. Oh, I'm so glad you are watching from Germany. Yes. Wonderful. So I remember it was really, I couldn't answer the question. And he was like, yeah, think about it. You know, I know you're gonna have to choose. It's too hard. It's not gonna work for you. If you want to, you're gonna, you know, eat a wall. It's not gonna work. And I remember leaving this discussion and feeling really like discouraged and starting doubting myself, thinking, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe I have to choose. You know, I have to be reasonable. And maybe I was thinking in my head, maybe I'm not reasonable, you know. And anyway, but at the same time, it didn't feel right. There was something in what he said in me didn't land it, because I knew that I wanted both. And I was like, maybe there was a way to have both. Who said it's not possible to have both, to do both the work I love and stay in California? And I want to say, I'm so freaking glad I didn't listen to his advice. So glad. Hi, Charlie. Great to see you. So I'm so glad I didn't follow his advice, because guess what? What I have right now, I'm doing the work I love, and I'm in California. Woohoo! Who said it was impossible? So, and by the way, think about, it's one of the, you know, there are many teaching in that, but things about the teaching, sometimes we ask advice from other people, and people are really well intended. So I just want to help, and I do that myself sometimes. I try to give advice to people, but it's not always help. And be careful. Just go back to your own inner guidance. Go back to your heart, your gut feeling, your intuition, however you call it. Doesn't matter. Go back to that. What you know is the truth for you. Because in my case, at that point, it just didn't land it. I was like, no, I really want to, and I'm gonna find a way to get to. And so, and the year that followed that, it was not necessarily an easy path. You know, but I find a way to have to. I ended up going back to school, so I was laid off from Yahoo, and I went back to school to study psychology, which also gave me an opportunity to stay in the US longer, because I had a student visa, and then give me the chance to figure out, okay, what my next step, because sometimes it's like you need time to figure it out. It's just milestone, you know. Not everything happens right away. So it gave me time to figure it out. And guess what? Suddenly doors open. I thought, you know, sometimes you think there is a wall, there is no doors. And I thought that. I was like, why is the doors? I don't know how to do that. And then suddenly doors open. Suddenly I find out about a visa. If I graduated from my degree, that I could get a visa to develop my business for 1 year. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that was even possible, that they created 1 year before. I was like, wow. And just randomly, don't think it was random, in the conversation I find out about that. So suddenly a door open for me to stay in the US and do what I love, start my business, to really do what I love. And then after that, I ended up finding another visa that I could stay even longer, that initially I thought was totally impossible. In my head, I was like, I'm never gonna get this visa. It's an investor visa for people who start their business in the US. And I ended up going for it, working for it. It was not necessarily easy, but I say, this is what I want, I'm gonna make it work. And it really required a lot of dedication when you go on that path, but it's so worth it because you end up doing what you really want. And I remember also this visa, so I worked with an immigration lawyer at the time, and so grateful for help. And oh no, even before that, I want to tell you about all the advice you receive and that you don't want always to listen to them. I remember talking to another immigration lawyer at the time, and she told me, a business in coaching, this visa is not for you. It's not gonna work. It's more for people who start a restaurant, start startups, this kind of thing. But coaching business, she was like, I don't think it's gonna work for you. I'm so glad I, again, don't listen to that and say, check other immigration lawyers. And I met once with a recommendation of another friend that was supposed to be very good for my type of visa. And I talked to her, she said, you know what, it's not necessarily the easiest path, but I think we can make it work. And also after that, so this visa, she said, you can get 2 years or you can get 5 years. And she said, in your situation with a coaching business, I think you're gonna get 2 years. And if you get 2 years, you should be really happy. So I was, okay, I was thinking, if I get 2 years, I'm happy. And then I went to Canada. I had to leave the country to go to Canada. I'm also Canadian. And then to get my visa, I'm getting distracted. I loved all the comments. This is awesome. Keep going. I'm gonna continue my point, and then I'll read the comments after that. But I love that you are commenting, Leah, and I love seeing all your faces, Alex and Caitlin, and everything, all your heart. This is so wonderful. Love that you're watching. So anyway, I went to Toronto to do my interview to get my visa, and guess what? I got 5 years. Yes, I did. So the reason why I'm sharing these examples with all these details is that don't believe what people tell you. I'm not saying, yeah, you get that, and I don't want to generalize, you have great advice, but follow your inner guidance, because we have so much limiting belief that things are not possible. They're all created in our mind, and then we repeat that to other people, and we repeat that to other people, and we end up believing they are true when actually, who said that was true? It's just something. It's not because there is a quote, I can't remember now, sometimes, because many people, a majority believe the thing that this means is true, not necessarily. So challenge, when you're on your path right now of achieving a dream, whether it's career or life, something you really want, really listen to what you desire and be really careful of, what you hear. Oh, you shouldn't do that. It's going to be too hard for you. Or something to be very aware of is when people tell you, you have to be realistic. You have to be practical in life. You have to be realistic. You cannot get everything you want. All of that stuff. Most of the time, 95% of the time, this is driven by fears. So please don't, we have this is something I'm really passionate about, because we have this idea, oh, I'm so reasonable, I'm so rational, this, you have to be practical, you have to be realistic. And when we say that, we have a feeling of feeling very, very smart, very smart, because we are being rational and realistic. When most of the time, if you dive deeper underneath this level of practical and realistic, look deeper, often it's fear-driven. It's either driven by fears, because I'm afraid this won't work. It's too scary to take the other path. That's what my heart or my gut or whatever you call the thing that you are calling, where your desire is coming from, because you are so scared of following that. So it's easier to say, okay, I have to be realistic. But it's fear-driven most of the time. Also, it can be also driven by the belief that it's not possible. So be super, super careful when you say that word, when you hear people say that word. A lot of the time, it's driving you in the opposite direction of what you truly want. And what saddens me the most about that is why so many people are stuck in work or life they hate. Either I work, around career, but it can be true for life. It's why sometimes we get stuck in things that we don't want, we don't like, and we get stuck because of that, because we followed the reasonable, between quotes, practical route. In other terms, we follow the opposite route of what our true desire wanted for us. So, and this is why wherever you are right now on your journey, what I want you to, I hope this is inspired. My intention by sharing that is that inspire you. That will inspire you to ask yourself the questions. What do I really want? If I didn't have any fears, any constraints, any beliefs, what would I do? And give yourself the permission to do that. Journal about it. You don't necessarily have to. It's normal to have fears, by the way. Like, I'm not saying you push all the fear away. No. But start really listening to yourself, journaling without thinking I'm gonna do it. But if I could have everything I wanted the way I want, that would speak to me, not what society wants for me, not what people say success look like, but for me, really, how would that look like? How would that be? And start painting that picture inside of yourself. Because if you want it to happen, you have first to paint the picture inside of yourself. If you don't allow yourself to paint that picture inside of you, it won't happen. It starts with that. And it can be a scary step because you're going to have a lot of fears. It's normal. It's normal. The path of living the life you want, there are way, 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 way more fears than. It doesn't mean it's the wrong route. On the contrary, the bigger the fear, the more it's a sign you are on the path to going for what you are here to do on the planet, or for the desire that is really you are meant, whatever in your work or in your life you are meant to manifest. So, and it's normal to have fears. And the same thing, what I do with fear, there are a lot of practices around fears. Journal about them. Allow yourself to have big dreams. Allow yourself to be scared. It's some of my two principles in life. When I'm scared, I allow myself to be scared. Yesterday I had a session with my business coach, and with more than a business coach, she helped me, go past some fears and limiting beliefs. And I cried a lot of the session. I'm facing a situation right now that is particularly difficult. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but I allow myself to feel it, to cry, and just like, oh, I hate this. This sucks. I don't like it. I don't want to be here. And feel it, and just, feel the anger around it, and the tears, and just, it sucks. I don't like it. And do the same with the fears, to really give yourself permission to feel all these feelings. Because on the other side of these feelings, there is your entry door. There is your door. So really take the time to feeling all of that. It's super, super important. And so, this is what I really encourage you, and to really be with the fear, and really, but clarify, what do I want? And not, don't freaking compromise. Don't settle. This is why so many people regret at the end of their life. They settled. They listened to the reasonable path, thinking it was the smarter. We have this idea, being reasonable, this is so smart. We are in a society so focused on the rational part of the brain, very left brain. Okay, valuing that. Anything that is not that is things that you're not being serious, is not, we don't trust it. We don't trust the intuitive mind. There is a quote by, I think it's by Einstein about that. I can't remember the detail of that, but how we don't really follow. We don't really listen to the intuitive mind. And this is one of the things in the Western world. This is why we are so stuck in many areas. We try to be so smart. We think being smart comes from only being reasonable, rational, analytical. Nope. Nope, it's not. Especially in life, when you want to live the life you want, it's not coming from that place. So I really encourage you to, go beyond, go beyond that and not being reasonable. I feel drawn. I see so many comments. That's so awesome. I love it. I haven't had the time to read them. I'm so excited about what I'm sharing, but I love seeing that. Karen and Charlie, that's a good point about not pushing away the fears, recognize and transcend. Yes, not pushing away the fears, because when you push away the fears, you push away the desire. They go hand in hand. So if you ignore the fears and you say, no, I don't want to touch the fear, you're gonna push away the desire. It's very counterintuitive, but the more you go with the fears, and what I mean by that is that I don't mean you buy the fears, but the more you allow yourself to feel the fears and go with the wave of them and giving yourself the permission to have fears and to feel them and to witness them, the more you do that, the closer you get to your desire and the closer you get to the manifestation of your desire. Wow, I'm really inspired right now. This just flow out of me. But it's really interesting. The more you're gonna be with your fear, the more you're gonna get closer to your desire. So actually you feeling your fears, being aware of them, even if it sucks. I know it, I don't like it. I don't like when I feel, so I'm just but the more you're gonna allow them to have the fears and journal and witness them, the closer you're gonna get to your desire. This is a way. So it's so important. And I'm looking at the other messages I'm getting. Let's see. Thank you, Leah, for mentioning your friend. Yes, I love all your. Oh, Leah just did a Byron Katie worksheet coming out with I look forward to. Totally breakthrough. Can't wait to talk. Yeah, I'd love to talk to you about that. Awesome. And I should start a Facebook action group around this, taking steps to our fears versus away from them. Yeah, this is a passion of mine. And by the way, this is a passion of mine because this is coming from my own life experience. All the teaching here is just because I'm doing it, and that really touched me because it's not coming from something theoretical that I read in books. It's because it has been my own learning experience. And it's why now not everything is perfect in my life. There are still things I want and I haven't, and I'm frustrated. But there are many things, I'm living my life purpose. My work is really, is really what I'm here to do on the planet. and sharing this video with you is what I'm here to do on the planet, and living in California, which I love. And all of this is because I followed this guidance. And even, next step, there is a situation right now in my life that it kind of similarities to what I shared with you at the beginning that happened 7 or 8 years away in some way. And I'm facing something similar. But what I decided, I won't freaking compromise. It worked in the past. So it's going to work this time too. I'm going to say, what does my heart want? And even if right now I don't see doors open clearly, I'm going to trust, and I'm going to keep trusting the guidance of my heart. It's what I want for you. Keep trusting the guidance. For me, I call it my heart. For you, it might be something else. It might be your gut. It might be your, whatever the thing, your intuition. It might be your higher self. It might be other things, but just follow that guidance of you, that inside of you, this is the path. This is what you want. And such an important teaching. Only you know that. So don't be fooled by sometimes when we are in a situation where there are a lot of fears, and I know because I tend to do that myself. So feeling the fears, it's when we tend to want advice from other people, and we kind of sometimes welcome them. And I fall into that trap myself when I'm really afraid. But be careful. The advice from other people, they are well intended. They just want to help. We all do that. This is human, but they are not in you. They don't know. They are not in you. They cannot know what is a true desire in you. Only you can do that work. You can be guided. It's why I do my work with my clients and my programs, because I help my clients, guide them to find the inner knowing. But I will never tell them I will never tell it for them. And if you work with a coach or someone who try to tell you what you should do, this is, for me, this is not ethical. You cannot know for someone else what they should be doing. You can have cues by what you are hearing and listening and help them, guide them to really trust that. But you cannot know for any other people. This is so, so important. And sometimes this is scary because that can feel a lonely path. In the end, you have support, but in the end, only you know, only you. And I know that I trust your inner guidance. I trust mine, even if sometimes it's scary. I remember when I went to Scotland, a few months ago. You probably know I went to Scotland. It was also a hard decision. It was not the reasonable. Going to Scotland was not the reasonable decision because of visa situation, family things. Anyway, from the outside, it wasn't the reasonable situation, and I was ready to give up. It was like, oh, maybe I need to do something else. But there is a part of me, my heart is so strong, was like, no, you're not gonna freaking give up. And this is something I so grateful that I have in myself. Even sometimes I want to give up, but I can't. I don't know why. Just the way I'm designed, which is wonderful, I can't compromise on my desire. I just can't. Even if I'm tempted sometimes because it's scary, there is always this voice in me, no, I just can't. So this is a blessing in a way that I cannot compromise, and I want that for you. And I see Karen, it's beautiful to have watched your progression over the years. So proud and excited for you. Oh, thank you, inspired by you. Thank you, Karen. Yes, so grateful. Yeah, Karen has followed my journey since Yahoo up to now. So it means a lot that you are listening and watching. And I know also you have been on a really, really freaking amazing journey yourself. So I'm also super proud of you. Both of us have been on an amazing transformational journey of being more true to who we are. So I'm gonna, I can see how I could just go on and on because I love this topic so very much. But feel free, by the way, if you want to ask questions now or post comments or later, even after the video, I'm really happy to comment, answer more questions, share more things. I love all of this, but I'm gonna, start closing here. And let's see what I want to say. Looking at some of the things I wrote down here, what I want to say that I really wanted to cover with you. What I want to say to leave. So yeah, just don't compromise. Your future self will be happy. Will be happy for that you won't compromise. And yeah, I would love to hear, maybe share with me in the comments, what are desires that you have? What are dreams in your life or in your work, things that you like? Maybe if this sounds crazy, you're like, I would love that. Share with me in the comments. I'm here to cheer you on and help you to not compromise. And if you or someone you know right now is needing support in the area of your career specifically, to really ensure you do the work that you love, you don't compromise around your livelihood, and you do your true livelihood work that is really aligned with what you want, and you feel like, I don't know, I tend to compromise. It's hard to be clear, especially it's hard to be really clear what I truly want, both in my work and life. My program is actually more work-oriented, but I have a holistic approach. So I help people with their lives as well. Actually, I have a lot of clients who ended up transforming their life as a result of working with me. Yeah, someone getting married, someone taking care of their daughter and being so happy that they chose that. So someone taking a year off to do what they love. So it can help in all kind of ways. But if you know someone or you're interested that you are really stuck in a work you love, you want help to not compromise and really do work you love, I would love to talk to you and help you. I have my excited, a group program starting soon, and the doors are closing for enrollment, for application for that on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. So I'll post the link in the comments, and if you know anyone, I'd love to talk to them and see how I could support them. Wishing you a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, wonderful life, with no compromise and being true to your desires. And I see Suzanne, so glad you are here, because I know you are doing something pretty amazing right now with David, both sailing. I see your pictures on Facebook. So yes, okay. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot to me, and I look forward to replying to your comments and your questions. Talk to you soon. Bye.